What's up guys and welcome. You are watching Fazi Fitness. So let's start this video with Texas Pro, as we are now under 48 hours out from the men's open bodybuilding division, where the whole bodybuilding world will see biggest version of Andrew Jack to date, because he weighed at 299 pounds just 2 days out of this show. So this is something very unique that the promoters did for this show, where all the men's open guys, they stepped on the scale and they let the world see how much these guys weighed 2 days out. So Big Ramy, as the reigning Miss Olympia, he also stepped on scale at Miss Olympia press conference back in 2021, and that was the year when he won his second Miss Olympia title, and he weighed 303 pounds with clothes and shoes, and he was also holding a mic. So Andrew Jack also stepped on the scale with the clothes on, so that won't be his stage weight, but he's definitely coming in a lot bigger this year, and I think we can all agree that is a monstrous weight for Andrew, because last year at Texas Pro, he weighed 278 pounds, so that's about 20 pounds heavier for now. And yes, I know these guys lose a lot of weight, especially in the last couple of days, when they lose the water. But even if he has been able to put on 10 pounds of solid muscle, that is gonna be just nuts. So people are being a little skeptical about him being that heavy for Texas Pro, and they're saying that he might not be in shape. But I think we can all agree that even if he is slightly off, even if he comes in at 90%, he will still win this thing hands down, because there is just nobody else out there in this lineup who can actually challenge him. And one of the reasons is his insane genetics, his unreal genetic gifts. And we have to keep in mind, he's been coached by Chris Aceto, who is one of the best at what he does. And Andrew's body has never been this fresh ever since he turned pro back in 2022. And this was the longest break that he took in the last 2.5 years. So I think we are all expecting him to show up at his very best and be a solid contender for at least top 4 finish at this year's Miss Olympia, or maybe even top 3. So the battle for the second place will be a good one to watch, and it is most probably gonna be between Jordan Hutchison and Nathan Appler, because the Jordan that we just saw last week at Tampa Pro, and the way he came back from Chicago Pro, and he got compared with John De Rosa as well as Muhammad Fadha, he for sure won't be overlooked this time. So the man is looking drier than before, he looks grittier than ever, and he is absolutely ripped to shreds. So I think it is fair to say that none of us had a single complaint about his conditioning in his last 2 shows that he just did this year. He is lacking some thickness, but he has got some impressive aesthetics and very amazing flow. And he's also a very young guy, and time is definitely on his side.
Oh, that's sick.
So Nathan Appler was able to beat Jordan in Chicago, but this is a new show. So both these guys have posted 2 days out physique updates. So nothing to hide here. And both these amazing athletes are looking in superb condition. So Nathan was extremely impressive in Chicago Pro, that many of us thought that if he had a bit more size with that kind of condition, he would have pushed Muhammad Fadha for the win. So I think Nathan will look more or less the same as he did at Chicago Pro just 2 weeks ago. But he is trying to come in harder and more drier, and possibly with more conditioning, with that same size. So him coming from 212 into the men's open bodybuilding, that is such a great move, and so far it has worked superbly for him. So who did you guys have placing higher after Andrew Jack here at Texas Pro? Nathan or Jordan? Do let me know what you guys think in the comments below. So the battle for Classic Physique title at this year's Texas Pro, that is also a very anticipating one. It has always been a very big show even in Classic. So all these guys were able to make their weight cutoffs, and the potential top 3 here, Alex Cambronero, Laszlo Kerali and Gabriel, all posted their physique updates. So first of all, let's take a look at the former Arnold Classic champion, and a guy who has placed as high as top 4 at the Olympia level, Alex Cambronero. So he needs to win this show at every cost, because from 2020 onwards, his placing has been continuously declining, and one of the reasons for that is the arrival of some incredible talent in this division since 2021. We have seen guys like Ramon, Ors, Wesley, and so many others. And even to this day, the division keeps blowing up. We just saw a great guy like Justin Badurina, who was able to beat Gabriel at this past Tampa Pro. So coming back to Alex, he looks really dry and ready to give these young guns a run for their money. But still, I have to say the chances of him winning this show with so many tall genetic freaks, they're looking kinda slim. But he has proven us all wrong in the past as well. So let's see how he does at this show. So despite all the challenges, Laszlo was able to make the weight a day before weigh-ins. He's without a doubt the most classic looking guy in this lineup. Probably one of the most classic looking guy, period. And I have to say, for the very first time, he is looking so much balanced top to bottom. His legs have came up a lot, especially in this off-season, which is such a big win for him, as he has been battling this issue for so many years, ever since he came onto the scene. The lack of balance between his upper and lower half, that was one of the biggest knocks on his physique. So it's safe to say that Laszlo has made some real gains, especially in this off-season, and somehow he was able to hold on to all that muscle, all that size that he was able to pack on, and that is even before he started the carbs loading process. So the real fun begins now, as these guys are gonna put the carbs back in, and his physique will come back to life, and he will get more fuller and harder. And I believe this is most probably gonna be the best version of Laszlo. So in my opinion, he is the favorite to win this show, especially after all the improvements that he has been able to make in 2024. But do let me know what you guys think. So will Gabrielsen Canali bring a better package than what we saw at Tampa Pro this past weekend? Now he looked pretty damn impressive at Tampa Pro as well. I mean, the guy was absolutely peeled front to back, top to bottom. And he was able to beat the winner of that show, Justin Badurina, in some body parts. For instance, his arms and his back. And I think we can all agree that his arms are world class. And they are gonna be the best in this show as well. So, Gabriel really has nothing to lose here, as he is already qualified for this year's Miss Olympia. But still, he did not agree with the judge's call at Tampa Pro. And he's also looking for redemption here in Texas. So who is your pick to win Classic Physique title in Texas? Do let me know in the comments below. Next up, we have a physique update of the Persian Wolf Hadi Choopan. Previously, he posted a 16 weeks out front double biceps. And here he is at 10 weeks out, hitting that same shot, while with a tank top. So it is really unbelievable how much size Hadi Choopan has been able to put on. How much bigger he has gotten since 2017. The year he stood next to the champ in the 212 division at that time, Flex Lewis, and showed the bodybuilding world that he is the real deal. And his proportions look so much better now compared to the beginning of his career. So to all the people who pointed out that his midsection is getting wider, especially in the last couple of years, as he continues to put on more mass, more size, but Hadi let his physique do all the talking at this year's Arnold Classic Ohio. And with the implementation of that vacuum, he looked absolutely amazing. So Hadi Choopan was never meant to be in the 212 class. The man was destined to be Miss Olympia one day, and even his Olympia debut, back in 2019, when he was able to place top 3, which by the way should have been at least top 2. That was a big announcement back then, that he has arrived on the scene. So we had the likes of Phil Heath, Kevin Levroni, Dorian Yates, Flex Wheeler, who placed so high at their Olympia debuts, and they are all legends of the sport. So we know what to expect from Hadi Choopan in 9 weeks time. He's gonna have the most impressive, most muscular, the most impressive abs and thigh, and arguably one of the best front double in this year's Miss Olympia lineup. And we know he is gonna be the most conditioned guy up there as well. So I think Hadi can definitely bring a better package to this year's Miss Olympia stage compared to what we saw in Ohio. But his front double and his side shorts, they were absolutely flawless. He needs to bring up his back. So hit the thumbs up button if you liked the video, and smash the subscribe button if you wanna come back for more. Thanks for watching.